Maintanace. I wanted to speak today. I would like to share with you today on the topic of vibrations. So the dilemma of, well, I suppose some of us, or maybe most of us, would be, especially those on a spiritual journey, would be maintaining the high vibration. And why is that important? Okay, well, now online they are saying that it's not as important to keep the high vibration, which is true to a point where, and that is the point is when we have no other option and we have no other choice, because our vibration, well, it's our internal organism and how it functions as a whole. It creates a certain vibration. So on that, there are things that we can control and there are things that we certainly cannot control. I mean, we can to a point control our thoughts and emotions within a bandwidth, and that bandwidth is our consciousness, our conscious part of the consciousness. And then is the unconscious that we can control, in the matter that we can use our conscious mind to reprogram the subconscious mind. But that is a very delicate process and must be handled with delicacy, as it is very fragile, meaning that if you want to go limits for your subconsciousness, you gotta go limits for your subconsciousness, because it's what controls. That part of our brain is what controls our day-to-days, which makes up the lifetime here, this one lifetime over here. So how would that be controlled? Okay, first of all, choosing the places that you frequent is very important, because our subconscious registers everything. So you have to be careful where you go, with who you go, where do you stay. Like, every single thing matters. It might seem exaggerated, but if you want to do this, then best case scenario would be you choose people based on your intuitive insights for the moment. If you are on the process that I'm supposing you will be if this video has found you. So those you consider to be on your soul family, those who you feel you have a deeper connection than the usual stuff that goes on around that I will not even bother to mention. And as we have previously said in our previous video, would be journaling a lot. That is very important. And I will leave it at this too for now. Okay? These two first steps are a great way for your subconscious to get a good shaky, okay? Meditation also. I cannot stress this enough. I know I mentioned this is in a lot of my videos, but these are very important if you want to feel better in your day-to-day. And goes even beyond feeling better as a soul, as a human being. It has a greater purpose, and the greater purpose is that we are creating the fucking change over here. Okay, so and maintaining the high vibrations would be being careful of the food we consume. And by food, I mean even the coffee that we drink every day. You can get it from from someone who does it who loves their job, and you can get it from someone who hates their job. That simple factor makes a big difference, because we put our frequency signature, our vibrational signature is left everywhere we go. So if the person making your coffee hates their job or is going through a hard time, no offense though, it happens to all of us, but now we are being focused on what will most serve us. Because judging someone who is having a hard time and lives in fear, just like I might have done, and just like it might happen sometimes, it would be like so paradoxal, right? Because I would be judging myself, and even though I might be in a better place right now, it's because of everyone else involved into this. So everyone plays a role in your awakening. Even the low vibrations play a role, because essentially what could be a very important duality is that dark cannot exist without light, and light cannot exist without dark. That is a concept that I held for myself for such a long time, well, I believe until now. But I would say now that light can certainly exist without darkness. Most certainly it can. And should we hate the darkness because it's present? I mean, you do you, boo. Whatever doesn't dim your light, sure, go ahead with it. And oh yeah, we are all mirrors of each other, first of all. Some are bigger mirrors than some because of their mission. That one, if this click, this one might be for you, okay? And yeah, so getting to the understanding point that we are simply mirrors of each other, judging or throwing whatever is being thrown at some person, you'd be essentially doing that to your own self, because we all are embodiments of source consciousness, so whatever consciousness that you choose to let's say the different kind of God embodiments as closer to God, like let's say Hindu gods or Greek goddesses, Greek goddesses, Hindu goddesses. These kinds of are, I would call, are the closest embodiments of source for now, as I'm not finding a better word at the moment. And yes, back to, oh, by the way, I am a devotee of Hecate and Kalima with my whole heart, along with Krishna, Shiva, and Shakti, and Isis. I may not forget Isis. She was the first goddess, the first one that entered my life through my imagination, through my subconscious channel. Through my imaginations, she entered me and showed herself up on my social medias, and I fucking loved her. She was such a support for a really hard time. She loves wine, just so that you know. She loves white wine. She loves figs also. She loves nuts too. And I would like to share the story of Isis with you today, actually. So in ancient Egypt, they would marry each other inside of the family, so they would keep the bloodline pure. And Isis had a brother who was also her husband, and that husband and brother, two in one, if you can imagine how hard that would be to lose someone who holds a double position on your heart, who fills up two spaces of what you consider the closest to you, would be gone. And that brother and husband was killed by Ra, or so it is believed, but it was killed, essentially. And not only was he killed, but he was also cut to pieces and pieces and pieces. He was demolished by whoever killed him, and his pieces of his body were spread all over Egypt. And of course Isis had to go and find, crying, flying, looking for her husband and her brother's pieces. And she cried her river, literally. Cry me a river. She did literally cry a river. And she cried Nile. She cried the Nile River. And she found her pieces. So imagine how courageous a woman would be to find the pieces of the person who she loves the most, that was killed. And for that, she holds a very special place in my heart. For her immense bravery. So maybe you would like to check Isis out if you feel called to. And speaking vibrations, here I have my beautiful cat. My lovely cat. So yes, we should be careful of all the vibration that we put in our body for what we eat, what we put on our subconscious mind, how we nourish our subconscious mind. Another important thing on the vibration is that, well, some feelings are meant to be felt, okay? It's okay if you feel some type of thing sometimes. I would suggest that you find a coping way for it, whatever it is, something that will help you cope with that emotion. Whatever it is you like, but something that is healthy, okay? Whatever has a follow-up, whatever that is healthy. And that depends on what is it that you call to be healthy. So if it does help you for the moment and it does not cause any long-term issues and prolonged issues, then sure, go ahead and do it. Sometimes how I used to cope with it and how I still cope with my feelings sometimes is I eat. Eating is works for me personally. Smoking, I would not prefer smoking because it really is how to explain this? So by smoking, it's like we have all this energy that we feel, okay? And whatever energy we have has potential to be transmuted, has potential to be something else. For that, by smoking a cigarette when you feel a certain type of way, shall it be good or, shall it be a high vibration or a low vibration? Because vibrations are just vibrations, and and that is simple. So it's not like one should be scared and one should be loved. They are scared and love. They are just two different vibrations that are simply present within the bandwidth of the vibration spiral, okay? And by smoking the cigarette, you put all that energetic potential to transmute that energy that you're feeling into, well, I would say a pleasure of the moment, which is certainly not the worst, if it works for you, after hearing this. And yeah, it's like we put our energy into this and we get some dopamine for the moment. While, let's say we would choose some other way, let's say we do some breath work, or breathwork, since we're at breathwork. I would like to share an interesting technique that I learned online I don't remember who was the creator of it, unfortunately. If I find it, I will link it in the description though. So the breath of life it was called. Okay, so we take 7-second breaths. Seven-second breaths, and you hold it for 4 seconds, and then when you let out the breath, when you breathe out, you imagine as if you're breathing out and unlocking that energy into your heart center, heart and high heart centers. That technique is actually very, very effective. I can literally feel the effects since one session, and when I found it, it was very healthy for me. And certainly this works as a reminder for me to get back at it too, you know. And it's recommended for it to be done 3 times. And what happens when you take the 7-second breaths is that you can also pair it up with visualization, like you're lighting up your 7 chakra systems one by one. And when we hold the breath for 4 seconds or 3 seconds, I would prefer 4 because balance is great. Balance is the key to this life we're living, in my personal perspective. Thanks to Feng Shui for unlocking that door for me. So yeah, through the 4 breaths, the energy gets 4 runs on our chakra systems, and through those runs, it clears them, it charges them, because breath is prana, as they call it. It's prana, it's chi, it's our life force. So yes. Is that Shiva or Shakti that is the breath? Okay, so you can also pair it up with this one other technique, this other concept actually. Imagine as we breathe in Shiva and we breathe out Shakti. Or imagine that we breathe in Shakti, actually. Shakti is the life force energy. And we breathe out Shiva. And imagine that Shiva breath getting locked into the breath of life, into the heart and high heart, both of them merged into one, like Gaia, that is one single physiological system, an entity that is alive. I would recommend listening to Asterix, by the way. So yes, we breathe in. Once that is practiced through or felt, you can, mastering, I would say, is pretty easy, because it's simply a breath followed with a visualization and a concept. I am pretty sure you can do that. So once that is mastered, then we can continue the breath of life. So what the purpose that it would serve, so we sort of separate the Shiva from the Shakti breath, would be so that we feel how does one feel, how does one feel and how does the other one feel, so that we know, we start understanding the feminine and the masculine energies. Okay, and once that is mastered, as I said, we can imagine like we're breathing in both Shiva and Shakti at the same time, and breathing out Shiva and Shakti both at the same time while doing the breath of life. Preferably then, after this is mastered too, or along with it, it's up to you. Imagine the Kundalini rising on the back of your spine along with this visualization, with this breathing technique and visualization. I'm so proud of myself for doing this, really. 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗵𝗂 is out today, and I couldn't be more grateful that spring is coming, flowers are blooming, finally the flowers that I took care of with the best that I could at the time are blooming now, and it's a really beautiful magenta color, like the Pantone magenta color, sort of. Color of 2023 on Pantone was the magenta. So cute. And another thing I would like to add for the vibration, oh yes, this came from my personal experience. So I've been trying hard as hell. Hard as heaven, sorry. Hard as Gaia. I've been trying hard as Gaia for my vibration to maintain a high vibration through making conscious choices of very carefully selected and detailed ingestions of what I put into my body and what I feed my mind. And I noticed that trust me, it is very, very easy to drop your vibration. And that was the first reason, and I cannot stress this enough, why I started this video. Because it is pretty fucking easy to drop your vibration after you've done a shit ton of work to keep it high. So by going into the same patterns that we might be the subconscious program that, okay, now we achieved what needed to be achieved. We achieved our high vibration, our flow state, all that we worked towards, in a sense. So like we are starting to actually see and feel the fruits, because it happens that they might be there, but due to the programs that need to be run over, it happens that they are not as noticeable sometimes. So if you feel like you're doing a lot of spiritual work, mental work and emotional work, and you feel like you're stuck, you're not stuck, honey. You're not stuck. You're doing the work. Your soul works in multiple levels, and if you feel stuck, then maybe just try something new. Follow a new YouTube channel. I don't know, whatever, something new that would make you feel like you're not stuck for the moment. And all along, continue with whatever you feel and know that this is good for you. Okay, like personally, I have been meditating a lot. Well, not this recent days, not as much, to be honest, but I always find time for some meditation. It happens, however, it just comes kind of naturally now, doesn't it? So, yeah, finding some time to play. Okay, find some time to play, nurture your inner child. That is a big key. I had a reading from a very talented psychic and neurologist that she told me that my higher self told me that her higher self told her that my higher self, highest self, communicated to her highest self through her embodiment of her higher self to communicate to me at that moment of time that my inner child is the key, that your inner child is the key. And maybe through nurturing that inner child and preferably doing whatever nurtures it, preferably alone would be good, okay? Your inner child needs your attention as an adult. It doesn't need shit attention from the matrix parasites. There's that. So it's better if your inner child suffers alone, so you know how to nurture it and take care of it, than be around and have it shed around the parasites, okay? That is very important, because the more you are around of other people who are not on the same journey as you, and who operate from different levels of consciousness and are dedicated to a life that they know best, there are chances that, well, things might not go as well if you hang around there for a long time. You can fall back into the same patterns, and I'm saying this from experience, obviously, because now that I put my boundaries down a little bit. I started scrolling a little bit more, and trust me, scrolling doesn't mean that if you are consuming good content, so let's say art content and spiritual content, it means that you're okay. Because there are energies, there are literally, so when one creates something, whatever, a picture, post something, it holds their whole energy over there. No matter how much we try to like, let's say, this lesson is from 𝗏𝗏, by the way. She's an amazing teacher. She posted that on her Instagram. I saw it yesterday. So no matter how much we would try to put our best into a piece of art, a piece of something, whatever that something is, it holds our vibrational signature. So even being on social media and following artists and spiritual people, we are absorbing, our subconscious picks up our third eye. Your third eye is open. Yes, it is open. And it is absorbing everything. The most subtle energies are being absorbed by your third eye, by your subconscious mind. And through that, we learn by examples. That's what I believe. I said what I said. I believe because that's how the subconscious has been programmed, so that we live, we act, and we operate by example. I mean, look, maybe it's not for all of us, huh? For me personally, I have observed that I lead by example. So my subconscious operates on what it is fed. So I am noticing, unfortunately, I have to say, some movements of my body that are not essentially mine, as an authentic being, as a unique, authentic expression of source, okay? And for that, it is very important that we take care of our baby, because our baby is our inner child, and our inner child lives in the subconscious along with the conscious. So yeah, shall this be your call to check your baby out and feed it something good? Maybe some milk. Wherever you can source that milk, your baby needs some milk. You know where like, there's this place that has really good milk. I think it's called, what star is that called? Oh no, it's not the Milky Way. No, it's oh, it's the Andromeda Galaxy. The Andromeda Galaxy. Yeah. They have special milk in there. You know why it's so special? Because they have three green titties, and the one that's in the middle has the best milk. So if you want some good milk, you should definitely go to Andromeda star system, and that's the best milk you will ever find. And just in case you do, please bring me some too. Okay, is there anything else I would like to add today? Oh yes, also crystals in this process are very helpful. Natural stones that have significant properties that help with the chakra systems. And the chakra system is our energy centers. I know some things about them, yeah, I do, but I certainly know that the crystals work amazingly with our energetic fields. And that being said, you are invited to order a Kali Aura cleansing spray along with a royal herbal mix. Those are kind of it's a herbal mix that is meant to be smoked for certain purposes that might be of benefit to you. This one that I am providing at the moment serves for mental clarity and a good laughter if you would enjoy that, okay, and some self-love. Also, it is induced with my own source energy, so I believe you would enjoy that. And yeah, okay, that went good, better than last time. And yes, okay, touching on this topic since it came forward, the competition topic. We know our only competition is ourselves. But let me tell you that as much as we say, the louder we say it, the louder it means that we need to hear it, because it's not true. Okay? And, well, that is not a bad thing, certainly. It's not something that... it serves a purpose. Everything serves a purpose. When you are dedicated to evolution, though, when you are not dedicated to staying where you are and just like striving for more materially, then do whatever the fuck you want. I mean, I don't really care. I would not really care. It's not for you. Get out, bye. If you are devoted to evolution, then it serves a purpose. Everything you do serves a purpose, even if the thoughts you believe do not serve you the most. It means that they would need some care, some hi, you are there, I see you. And yes, talk to yourself when you can. It really helps you, because depends on what is the voice that you are talking to in your head, because one of them might be, well, you as now, and then the other voice that you conversate with might be either you're hurting your child, you're hurting your teen, and one is the protector ego. So it depends on which voice are you talking to in your head. But it's important that we take care of how we speak to our voices in our head, because they need care. Okay, a teen certainly needs a lot of care, and a child certainly needs a lot of care as well. And yeah, here's another tip on how to enjoy this matrix a bit more, okay? And I certainly do miss a festival. Okay, now I'm lighting up a cigarette. The reason for that would be, I felt something in my body. that I did not like, that I would like to enjoy a cigarette. Maybe I was just reminiscing the good times of the festivals and how amazing it feels to be there on a soul level. Really, my unconscious mind loves festivals, loves them. My conscious mind, though, has gotten some attacks because of some other embodiments of sorts, but it's okay. I still fucking love festivals. That being said, I love festivals. That's it. Okay, for today, this is today's episode. I mean, I do not do episodes. I do updates. Here is today's update, and I really hope you enjoyed that. I really hope it benefited you something. I really hope you at least enjoyed it. However, in your own way. I know you rock. You rock? You rock? No. What? Me rock. You know rock. Or do you have one too? I have a rock. Yes, these are my dad jokes. Take it or leave it, honey, okay? I rock. Nose rock. And another eye rock. Wait, so you're not seeing the rocks? This is the eye rock. This is the nose rock. And this is the eye rock. So it's like eye, nose. And then it's you. Bye.